So, good morning everyone and welcome back to the class on tribology. So, in the last class we had started solving the problems on full journal bearing, like how to determine the load bearing capacity, the frictional force, the coefficient of friction, the power loss, and also the minimum film thickness which has been required. So, further we need to continue the problems in today's class and also solve from problems on pressure distribution. So now today I'll be assigning you one problem. You have to solve and tell me the answers. I'll also tell you what is the answer exactly. Yesterday I showed you the methodology how to solve. So now you will be using the concept, you will solve and let me know the answer. In yesterday's class we had radial clearance, but wherein in today's problem I am giving you all the diametrical clearance. So instead of C suffix R, you have to take the diametrical clearance value, right? So that is the change what you will be having in today's problem. So kindly take down the problem. I can dictate you. So these are the specifications of an idealized full journal bearing. Take down the data. The diameter of the journal given is 50 mm. Please write it down, everyone. Length of the bearing which has been given is L is given as 64 mm. And again, the journal speed is been given as 1200 RPM, wherein the attitude or the eccentricity ratio is given as 0.8. So here, instead of the radial clearance, it has been the diametrical clearance which has been given. That value is equal to 0.06. After that, the viscosity of the lubricant is 11 centipoise. So what we need to find is, we need to find out the load carrying capacity, the Sommerfeld number, coefficient of friction, frictional force, and minimum oil film thickness. So how will you start up? First, you have to start up with load bearing capacity or the load carrying capacity of the given journal bearing, right? So for that, you know the formula which has been given as the load bearing capacity equation. So wherein we have mu ul into r by c whole square, 12 pi n by 2 plus n square into root of 1 minus n square. You know the value for all, but here is in this equation we have the radial clearance value c suffix r. It is not the diametrical clearance value. So you need to make a small change in the equation. Can anyone suggest me what is the diametrical clearance value? It is represented by what letter? Anyone? We had dealt this previously when dealing with the terminologies. If you go back to the terminologies, you can see you should be able to answer. Anyone in the class? Right? So the diametrical clearance ratio is given by C upon D. So what will be the C value here? The C value here will be the diametrical clearance upon the, okay, so this diametrical clearance ratio is given by C upon D, where C is the diametrical clearance and small d is the diameter of the journal, right? So this value will yield as the diametrical clearance ratio, which is nothing but our chi. So if they give you diametrical clearance ratio, you have to represent it by the letter chi. So that will be equal to C upon D. So this formula you should remember, okay? So now in the question, they have given us the value of diametrical clearance, not the diametrical clearance ratio. Means to say they have given us the value of diametrical clearance, not the diametrical clearance ratio. So in the equation, we cannot use directly the mentioned equation. So you have to make small change in it. What is the change you have to make in? Can anyone let me know how you change the equation now when the diametrical clearance is given instead of the radial clearance? Can anyone let me know? Quick.
Instead of r, you should use d by 2.
Yeah, but it's better if you go with the substitution of the diametrical clearance. So what is the formula for diametrical clearance? I told you in the PPT now. So chi is equal to C upon D, right? So chi value will be equal to C upon D. So instead of R upon C square, if you omit this part and if you divide this by the letter chi, so then that will provide you the value of C upon D. So that change you have to do it. So instead of using this term, we will do, it's better, right? So instead of this term, you will just put an denominator, and here you have to represent the symbol chi. So that will yield you the diametrical ratio. So I cannot put here. So this should be chi here. The symbol it is not showing, so I'm just representing you in the form of chi. So instead of R upon C square, we will be making the change in the equation as mu UL upon chi into 12 pi n by 2 plus n square into root of 1 minus n square. So now with the help of the given data, so they have given the diametrical clearance and you know the diameter of the journal. So with the help of these two values, you will determine the value of chi. So chi is nothing but the diametrical clearance C upon D. So D is the diameter of the journal. So now you need to find out the value of chi. Please substitute and tell me the value of chi. 0.06 upon 50. So how much you get? The chi value, can anyone let me know? Here also you have to change it into meter. Please tell me what is the value do you get? So it should be 0.06 divided upon 50. How much is the value you are getting?
0.0012.
Did you multiply into 10 raised to minus 3?
Yes, ma'am. Above and below both, they get cancelled now.
So the chi value you will get it as, no, actually the thing is, you just calculate zero diametrical ratio. I just do calculate. So it is 0.06 divided by 50. Right? So if you divide 0.06 divided by 50, you will get as 0.0012. So now you can convert that into like 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 3. So you can keep in terms of 1.2 into 10 raised to 13. So just write down the value of chi. How much you got?
Same.
So you need to get 1.2 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. So this will be our chi value, the diametrical clearance. So now remaining part you will substitute it. So what is the value of mu given here? So mu is nothing but the value is the viscosity of the lubricant, which is 11 centipoise. So please convert that into Pascal second. So it will be like 0.0011, right? So kindly type it as 0. You have to substitute, calculate, and let me know the answer. Yesterday I have explained you. So now kindly substitute the value of viscosity as 0.001 and U value you need to calculate. What is the formula we use to determine U? Anyone? U is equal to 2 pi Rn upon 60. So use this formula 2 into pi into R value into n upon 60. So see how much you get the value of u. You should get like 3.14 meter per second as we calculated in the last class. So here instead of R, we will be using pi dn. Okay. So how much is the value of u you are getting? Everyone, are you getting 3.14? Kindly let me know the answer. Calculate and kindly please let me know the answer.
Yes, ma'am. 3.14.
You are getting 3.14, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So u value we are getting 3.14 meter per second. Fine. So now remaining value, you know, the eccentricity ratio, which is the attitude value, is given as 0.8, right? So kindly substitute the value of n, and you know the value of u, you have calculated, you know the value of the diametrical clearance ratio, and you know the length of the bearing, which is 64 mm. Convert that into meter. 64 into 10 raised to minus 3. And here, one thing, what you have to understand is the speed which has been given is in RPM, right? So here, the journal speed which is been given in RPM, right? So we need to, for this formula, it is better if we convert that into RPS, right? So instead of minute, you are converting that into second. So what you do is the journal speed n is been given here. When the diametrical clearance is given, so kindly change that into seconds. So n is given as 1200 RPM. So convert that into RPS. So how you do the conversion? Anyone? So that will be equal to 1200 divided by 60 because you are converting that into seconds. So how much is the value you do get if you change that into RPS? What will be the answer? I think you have to get 20 RPS. So the changed value, you can write it as n here. Okay, so n dash you can call it. So this you can call as n dash. Here I'm not able to show, I'm writing it as n1. So you can show this as n dash. It's better if we change that in terms of second instead of minute. So speed, which is given as 1200 RPM, we are converting that into RPS, and hence we are dividing this by 60. So it gets changed to 20 RPS. So now you can substitute the value of n is equal to 20 when it is needed. When we need speed, we change that. Now currently it's not needed. The small n is nothing but our altitude. So substitute and let me know what is the value of load bearing capacity you are getting. I need the answer from everyone. Finally, the value of W. It is 11 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into U is 3.14 into length of the bearing is 64. 64 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Everyone kindly do calculate and let me know divided upon chi value we had got as 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 3. And here it is 12 into 5 value is 3.14 into n is 0.8. Yes, what is the answer you do get? Kindly calculate and let me know. Divided by write the value here 2 plus 0.8 whole square into root of 1 minus 0.8 whole square. So kindly substitute and let me know the answer of for the load bearing capacity, how many units you do get. Are you getting nearly to 29242 newtons? Kindly do let me know. The full equation I haven't substituted here. It is 2 plus 0.8 whole square into root of 1 minus 0.8 whole square. What is the answer you get? How much is the value of W you get? Anyone kindly let me know. You have to get 29242. Are you getting this value? Hello? Danush?
Ma'am, I'm still doing, ma'am.
Okay, okay, kindly do it. Mu is 11 into 10 raised to minus 3. U is 3.14 meter per second. Length is 64 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 divided by diametrical clearance we calculated as C upon D, where C is the diametrical clearance divided by the diameter of the journal, which is 650 mm. So it was 0.06 divided by 50. So what we got it as 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 3. So that we have written over here into 12 pi n. So 12 into pi value is 3.14 into eccentricity ratio is 0.8 divided by 2 plus 0.8 whole square into square root of 1 minus 0.8 whole square. So if you substitute, what is the value you get?
Ma'am, 29242, ma'am.
Got it? So kindly type the value along with the Newton, your unit. So it will be 29242 Newton. So this is the first thing what you have calculated. So after this, what is being asked? You need to determine the Summerfield number. So what is the equation for Summerfield number? You know the equation for Summerfield number. It is 2 plus n whole square into root of 1 minus n whole square divided by 12 pi square n. And you need only the value of n over here. So kindly see the attitude value, which is our eccentricity ratio, as 0.8. So do substitute and let me know the value of S, how much you are getting. So value of S, how much you get, you tell me. Value of N, what you have to substitute here is nothing but, it is small n, it is 0.8. So substitute the value of n as 0.8 in the equation for Sommerfeld equation and see that what value you get for the Sommerfeld number. How much are you getting?
Zero point 0.0167.
Yeah, 0.0167, right. So kindly type it as 0.0167 is our Sommerfeld number. So it will not be having any unit. So kindly don't worry about the unit. So next, please see in the question what is being asked. It is the coefficient of friction. When we, in the previous problem, how we used to determine the coefficient of friction? We used to determine the frictional force and the load bearing capacity of the bearing is already known. So we used to divide F upon W and determine the coefficient of friction. But here it is not needed as the diametrical clearance value is determined. We have determined the diametrical clearance ratio chi. So when the diametrical clearance ratio chi is given, so the equation for coefficient of friction, you can use another one where mu is equal to chi into 1 plus 2n square upon 3n. So this is the equation what you have to use it. Please take down the equation for coefficient of friction when the chi value you have calculated. So it is mu is equal coefficient of friction value is equal to chi into 1 plus 2n square upon 3n. So kindly write the equation, everyone. Coefficient of friction value will be equal to chi. You know the value of chi already. You have calculated it. Right? So this is the coefficient of friction. So here coefficient of friction is equal to chi into 1 plus 2 n square. We call this by n square, but it could be represented by permittivity symbol epsilon also. Attitude could be represented by the letter n and epsilon both. But we usually follow chi into 1 plus 2 n square upon 3n. So this is the equation now what we are using for coefficient of friction. And coefficient of friction here we represent it as F. F small f is equal to chi into 1 plus 2n square upon 3n. So use this equation and find out the coefficient of friction. So chi value we have determined which is already equal to 1.2 into 10 raised to power minus 3. And it is 1 plus 2n square, which is our eccentricity ratio. It is represented as letter n in our this one terminologies. So it is 1 plus 2.8 whole square divided by 3 into 0.8. So substitute and let me know what is the value we do get for coefficient of friction. So in our terms, it is small f. We represent coefficient of friction using small f. So I'll use the same notation. Since I'm not able to figure out the symbols in the PPT, I've just shown you the alternative equation. But we refer the equation as small f is equal to chi into 1 plus 2n square upon 3n. N or epsilon, both are same for eccentricity ratio. So kindly substitute and let me know the value of coefficient of friction, how much we do get. How much you get? The value for coefficient of friction, everyone. Substitute the value of diametrical clearance ratio into 1 plus 2 n square upon 3n. Value of n is 0.8 and value of diametrical clearance we have calculated, which is equal to 1.2 into 10 raised to power of minus 3. So what is the value you get for coefficient of friction? Have you people calculated? What is the value you people are getting? Be quick. Are you getting in the range of 0.0011 something?
1.14 into 10 power minus 3.
Yeah, the same thing. 1.14 into 10 raised to power
minus 3.
Minus 3. Okay. So it is the same. Either it is 0.0011, yeah, 1.1 into 10 raised to minus 3. Both are the same. So you should know the difference. In the last class, we used only the radial clearance. But when diametrical clearance is given, you have to find out the diametrical clearance ratio. And due to diametrical clearance ratio, there will be small changes in the equations what we use. And hence, this is the change what I'm asking you people to solve by yourself. So we have now determined the coefficient of friction. And then next is we need to determine the frictional force. You know the equation what we were using to determine the frictional force here. Yes. So this is the equation what we were using to determine the frictional force. So here we used to use the value of R, which is the radial clearance. But now in the question, the radial clearance is not given. It is the diametrical clearance given. And hence we cannot go with this equation. So we need to make a small alteration to the equation in the frictional force. So what is this? I've just shown you an equation over here, which has been represented with the letter diametrical clearance. So we will diametrical clearance ratio. So we are removing the value of R. So it was 8 pi square mu L R square into n into 1 plus 2 n square divided by C into 2 plus n square into root of 1 minus n square. So this is a frictional force equation what we followed when the radial clearance was given. Since now the diametrical clearance is given, the equation changes to 4 pi mu UL divided by chi into 1 plus 2 n square. We are using n square only. 1 plus 2 n square divided by 2 plus n square into root of 1 minus n square. So this will be the frictional force equation what we follow. So now you have to substitute the value for 4 into pi, and you know the value of viscosity which has been given. The viscosity of the lubricant is 11 centipoise. So convert that into Pascal second. And then the value of U, it is 3.14 meter second. We have calculated already. U is 3.14 meter second. So substitute all are in seconds, and hence we change the value of our speed, which was in RPM, to RPS. Right? So here U value you will write, and then the length of the bearing. The length of the bearing is 64 mm. Convert that into meter divided by the diametrical clearance ratio. So that is equal to 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 3. Right? And then open the bracket, 1 plus 2 n square. N is nothing but 0.8. So it is 0.8 whole square divided by 2 plus 0.8 whole square into root of 1 minus 0.8 whole square. So now substitute all the values and please let me know how much you get. Everyone has to calculate. It is not one person doing. Kindly do calculate. So it is 4 into pi value is 3.14 into viscosity is 11 into 10 to the power of -3 into u value is 3.14 meter second, and the value of length, what is the length of the journal bearing? It is 64 mm. So it is 64 into 10 raised to the power -3. So divide that by the diametrical clearance ratio. So what was the diametrical clearance ratio? It is 1.2 into 10 raised to -3. (1.2) into 10 raised to power -3. So one part we have written. So the remaining next part. So next here, it is 1 plus 2 into n is nothing but our eccentricity ratio 0.8 whole square divided by it is again 2 plus 0.8 whole square into, I'm writing as square root, I'm not able to figure out the symbol here, or else I need to go for word again. So square root of 1 minus 0.8 whole square. So everyone kindly do calculate and please let me know what is the answer you people are getting. You should be fast. If you are slow enough, then how will we cover the problems? Right, so we have substituted the equation for frictional force. So kindly calculate and let me know what is the value of frictional force we are getting. So frictional force F, how much we are getting. Will you get somewhere near 234.01 near 2 something newtons? Please to calculate and let me know. Did you people calculate what is the value you are getting for frictional force? Chaitanya, you're there? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you people calculating?
Yes, ma'am, I'm doing.
Yeah, please let me know what is the value. Be quick, we need to complete one more step is there. Kindly please let me know the value of F, how much we are getting the frictional force. In the meantime, everyone type your name and USN in the chat room. I'll be calling the attendance. Okay, I need the answer for frictional force, and later we need to determine the minimum film thickness. One more step is left out. I have to tell you the changes in the formula, what you have to do. So kindly calculate and let me know what is the answer we are going to get for frictional force. Abdul Khalik Pasha. Abdul Khalik Pasha, you're there? Absent. Akhil KV.
Yes, ma'am.
Anil Kumar. Anil Kumar. Ankesh Aman.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Gautam Krishna.
Yes, ma'am.
Balaji VR.
Yes, ma'am.
Beldar Mohammed. Absent. I need the answer. Kindly let me know the value for F. Chaitanya SR.
Yes, ma'am.
Does it take so much time to calculate one
I'm
small?
getting wrong answer, ma'am.
How much you are getting?
33.33, something like that.
Okay. Others, what about others? Only Chaitanya is answering. What about the others? At least you should tell me how much you're getting, right? The actual thing, what you have to get is 34.016 Newton. If you're getting near to it, kindly do write how much you're getting, right? If you have gone wrong somewhere in calculation part, there might be slight variation, but one digit could be acceptable, not a problem. So after this, I wanted to tell you one thing. There is again a small verification changes what you have to make in minimum oil film thickness. So until now in yesterday's class, if we wanted to determine minimum oil film thickness, we used to go for the equation what we solved yesterday in problem number 3. I hope, yeah, minimum film thickness. We use the equation H minimum is equal to C into 1 minus N. So this is the value we use when the radial clearance has been given. So this small c stands for the radial clearance. But in our question, it is a diametrical clearance what they have given. And hence we cannot use this equation hereafter. So we are going with an changed equation for the diametrical clearance when it has been given. So as per that, you have to follow H minimum is equal to capital C upon 2 into 1 minus N. So capital C will be the diametrical clearance, not the diametrical clearance ratio. Remember, it is only the diametrical clearance divided by 2 into 1 minus N. So kindly do substitute and let me know the answer. So diametrical clearance, what is the value we had obtained? It is given in the question, it is 0.06, right? So substitute 0.06 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 upon divided by 2 into 1 minus our eccentricity ratio is 0.8, right? So substitute and find out what is the H minimum we are getting. So always you should be very careful. Read the question and see whether the radial clearance is given or the diametrical clearance. Based on that, every equation will be having small changes except our Summerfield number. So be careful, read the question totally and see whether it is the radial or the geometrical clearance given. So now you kindly substitute and calculate the value of H minimum and let me know. I'll call the attendance for the Chetan Kumar.
Ma'am, is it 0.00006
For what?
H minimum?
H minimum. You're telling me in meters, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah. If it is in mm, it is 0.06 mm. H minimum, if it is too lengthy to be shown in meter, so then you just omit this. So then it comes directly to 0.06 mm. Okay. So this will not be there. Into 2 divided by 2 into, or else if you want to keep in meters, please retain the value. Anything holds good because this is a very lengthy thing. You can shortcut and keep it in terms of mm also. So Dheeraj.
Yes, ma'am.
Ishant.
Yes, ma'am.
Harshit.
Yes, ma'am.
Himanka.
Yes, ma'am.
Kanishka. Kanishka is absent. Nagamurli Krishna. Nagamurli Krishna is also absent. Kunal Raj.
Ma'am, Murli wrote in the chat box.
Okay, I'll give him the attendance. Danush is not there. Mohammed Ayan. Mohammad Ayan, absent. Mohammad Junaid, absent. Shri Prasad is there. Niharika, Nihar Venkat Sai,
Yes, ma'am.
Nikhilar,
Yes, ma'am.
Nirab.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll be sharing some problems as an assignment part. You kindly type it. And in the previous problems also, we have taken RPM. So if we change into RPS, so then it is the given speed divided by 60. So that you are converting that into RPS unit, right? Because we take the velocity value, everything in meter per second. So if we go with that part, the value of n gets changed. So that could be considered in the other way, what I explained you in the class, in the last class. So both the things will hold good. It depends upon the unit which has been needed. Prajwal S. Bhatt, absent. Rishabh,
Present, ma'am.
Rohan,
Present, ma'am.
Roshan Yadav,
Present, ma'am.
Sumant Sagar,
Yes, ma'am.
Sagar Dutt Mathur,
Yes, ma'am.
Sagar GV, absent. Sanjay Raghav,
No, ma'am.
Shobit, absent. Siddharth B,
Present, ma'am.
Siddharth Sridhar,
Yes, ma'am.
Subramanya,
Present, ma'am.
Thiruman Sethi Rohan,
Yes, ma'am.
Ullas. I don't know why he is continuously absent since last 4 classes. Ask him to call me up. Vidyan Prakash,
Present, ma'am.
Varun is absent. Pavan,
Present, ma'am.
Danush is absent.
Ma'am, I'm here.
You are here? Okay. Dhyanesh, absent. Gunasagar,
Present, ma'am.
okay. Meghanatha, absent. Rasik Baran,
Present, ma'am.
be regular. Rasik, attendance is on short. Shiva Krishna,
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
yeah. Shreyas is also one more problem. Hardly has attended 7 on 28 classes. Srinivasalu, okay, Shreyas is present. Yogananda is absent. Kiranar,
Yes, ma'am.
Ranveer Singh Chauhan is absent. Gautam Sai,
Present, ma'am.
Abdul Khalik Pasha.
Yes, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Where were you when I called in the beginning?
Ma'am, I had been to restroom, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Okay. Shiv Pavan, Alok M. See, you have to solve the problem as number as possible. Then only you can pick up the speed, and you should be knowing the difference of radial and the diametrical clearance when and how to use it. So we are left out with solving the problems on pressure distribution which come across in the journal bearing. So that we need to draw and plot the graph also. That's better. I'll just try to use some Inscribe or any other media for showing that problem. So that will be better for you people to understand. So until then, I hopefully by today I'll be posting some problems on assignment related to this. So kindly solve the problems and submit on time. I'll be giving time, so don't worry, by this Sunday or Monday you can complete and submit. So until then, take care and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah.
Danush, mark me,
Yeah,
ma'am.
Danush.
Ma'am, did you mark me present, ma'am? Because I think I answered a little late.
You answered me late. What is your USN?
1664.
1664. I have marked you the attendance.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, then thank you everyone. Bye-bye.